to getting drafted in the 5th round, to the owner coming out and saying what he said last week, to now. Man, come on with that bullshit, man.
I don't see how Kenny Pickett still remains number 2. He hadn't practiced since the 26th of July, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been dealing with a hamstring injury. They drafted Shedeur in the 5th round. They're not expecting much of Shedeur. They didn't, because if they thought that much of him, they'd have drafted him higher. If they thought that much of him, they would have given him a fair opportunity.
Breaking news. Accusations has finally spoken out, and he's not holding anything back. In a bold and heated statement that's already shaking up the NFL, Chad Johnson came out swinging at all the Shedeur Sanders critics. With fire in his tone, Accusations made it clear, anyone doubting Shedeur is just trying to drag down a beast who, according to him, is easily the best quarterback on the Browns roster. He didn't hold back. He pointed straight at the so-called draft drama. And now, it's the latest rumors coming from Browns ownership, all looking like a plan to break Shedeur's confidence and flip the story. First, they questioned him at the draft. Now it's the owners stirring the pot. He said,
"The depth chart to me doesn't mean anything. We know what Joe Flacco will do when the lights come on. Kenny Pickett had his opportunity when he was drafted to the Steelers. So we've seen the sample size of that already. I mean, no disrespect to him, he's not the answer. Dillon Gabriel had success at Oregon when the lights come on. But it's a different ball game in the NFL with them grown men that got mouths to feed."
But Accusations didn't stop there. He went all in and tore apart the Browns' current quarterback depth chart, sparing no one. He began with Joe Flacco, giving the veteran some respect, but quickly made it clear that Flacco's best days are long gone. Accusations stressed that while Flacco has the experience in a Super Bowl ring, today's NFL demands speed, energy, and sharp execution, things Flacco just doesn't bring anymore. Then he called out Kenny Pickett, saying Pickett's had more than enough chances in the league to show what he's got. According to Accusations, the sample size is big enough to make a judgment now, and truthfully, Pickett hasn't come close to meeting the hype. In Accusations' eyes, the Browns can't keep gambling on a guy who hasn't shown real progress. Then he zeroed in on Dillon Gabriel. While he admitted Dillon had some nice moments in college, especially at Oklahoma, he made one thing clear: college success means nothing in the NFL. The league moves faster, demands smarter choices, and punishes every mistake. And to Accusations, Dillon just isn't ready. After picking apart all the competition, he made it crystal clear who should be running the show in Cleveland: Shedeur Sanders. Then Accusations dropped a bomb on the Browns' ownership and front office. He openly slammed the decision-makers, asking how long it's going to take for them to realize who their franchise QB really is. You could feel his anger as he brought up the years of chaos, the endless quarterback changes, and the constant failure to find a stable leader. He didn't pull punches. He reminded everyone that the last real dependable quarterback the Browns had was Bernie Kosar, going all the way back to the 1980s. That wasn't just a history lesson. It was a direct shot at decades of front office failure, bad scouting, and their inability to groom a real QB.
Are we sure they know what they're doing?
Have they known what they're doing since that franchise has been established? Have they figured it out yet? Because the last good quarterback, no disrespect to the quarterbacks that have played for the Cleveland Browns, the last one that has been of decency has been Bernie Kosar, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's in mid-80s, though.
Mid who? Okay,
Mid-80s.
well, there you go.
He didn't back off. Accusations kept the heat coming, raising serious questions about whether the Browns are even a credible franchise anymore. He challenged how anyone is supposed to trust that this team, after years of blowing picks and botching quarterback choices, is suddenly going to get it right. In his view, the Browns haven't just failed to find real talent, they've failed to develop it when they had it. He pointed out the absurdity of what's happening now. The team finally has a legit rising star in Shedeur Sanders, but they're too scared to give him the shot he's earned. Accusations made it loud and clear. The hesitation isn't about Shedeur's ability. It's about the Browns being stuck in the past, clinging to old ways that keep holding the team back.
So that's
the problem that you have, Ocho.
How are we supposed to trust this organization when it comes to choosing quarterbacks at the position when they haven't figured it out all these years? All of a sudden, now they got all the now they got all the sense. They're supposed to have all the sense now.
Accusations walked away without backing down, sending a clear message. The Browns are sitting on a franchise quarterback and still acting clueless. The NFL world is watching, and if the front office keeps dragging its feet, the backlash won't stop. Fans are fired up, insiders are speaking out, and one thing is certain: this controversy is far from over. Subscribe to our channel for breaking updates, insider takes, and the raw truth behind every move as this story keeps unfolding.